CSS is a powerful language that allows us to style our page in any imaginable way. We can not only change the color or font size, but also we can create multiple columns and add animations. We can make our page more interesting and beautiful. But sometimes CSS may get complex if it is not maintained properly. Therefore, let's go a bit deeper and understand how exactly styles are rendered. Let's understand how exactly different selectors work and affect the style rendering. At this point, our page started coming to life slowly. We may have noticed some elements have default styles which we haven't declared in CSS. For example, here we have one h1 tag and a paragraph tag. If we check out the page here, we can see that we have one heading that is coming in h1 tag and we have one paragraph that is coming in p tag. So from where this h1 tag is getting styles and how paragraph's style is different from this heading. Actually, those are the browser's default styles imposing on elements. Every web browser has its own default styles for different elements. How Google Chrome renders headings, paragraphs, lists, and so forth may be different from Safari does. But fortunately, we can override these styles fairly using CSS Reset. To ensure cross-browser compatibility, CSS Resets has become more widely in used. CSS Resets takes all the elements and provide unified styles for all browsers. It removes all the default sizing, margin, padding, and all the additional styles from the element. One of the most popular CSS resets is Eric Meyer's reset, which looks something like this. This is the Eric Meyer's CSS resets. So let's first grab these all styles from here and copy in our style set. Paste it here. If we look at this piece of code, we can find that there are different selectors here, and from all these selectors all the general styles like margin, padding, borders, font size, font, vertical align and all this has been removed. That brings each and every element into a base level, and similarly from all these different selectors different styles has been applied. So all the browser's default styles has been removed in this reset. Now save our file and check out the result here. Let's zoom this page for a bit. We will find that all the default styles which were applied on these texts like padding, margin, font size, everything has been removed. The paragraph is having same style as well as the heading element is having here. So every default styles of this page has been removed by using CSS reset. Now from here onwards we can apply our own style which will remain same in each and every browser. Alright, let's check out one example here. Now we will apply a different style of h1 tag, maybe font size say 48px, and for the paragraph we will apply some font size maybe 24px. Let's save it. Check out the result. So now we can apply our own styles to our element which will remain same in each and every browser. The important point for the reset is that always apply CSS reset at the top of the style sheet. Then define your own styles after the CSS reset, because CSS resets follows the cascading rule. Means style can be added and overwritten as the style sheet progress. So what is cascading rule? CSS is a cascading style sheet where styles cascade from top to bottom. Cascading allows us to add different styles and override the previous styles. In cascading, whatever styles comes at the bottom will have more precedence than the earlier one. For example, let's change the paragraph styles a bit here. So we will target first paragraph here that we have already targeted. Let's change the background color. Maybe green. Save it, and then we will target the paragraph element once again at the bottom of the first styles. So let's change this background color this time to orange. Yeah, let's save our file and check out the result. Great. Here if we see that first we applied background color green and the font size 24px, and again below we change the background color to orange of the paragraph element, and as soon as we check out our result we saw that the paragraph is having orange background. Because the orange color is coming after the green for the paragraph, so it will take more precedence and the font size will remain 24 pixels because the second paragraph selector didn't identify a new font size. That's how CSS works. However, cascading rule may fail when we use different selectors to target elements in a style sheet. The specificity weight of different selectors breaks the cascading rule. So what is specificity weight of selectors? Actually, there are three types of selectors: type, class, ID, that we have already seen. Each selector has a specific weight in the specificity table, which looks something like this. The type selector has lowest specificity weight and holds a point of 0, 0, 1. The class selector has a medium specificity weight and holds a point 0, 1, 0. Lastly, the ID selector has a specificity weight and holds a point 1, 0, 0. What's the important point to note here is that the ID selector has a higher specificity weight than the class selector, and the class selector has a higher specificity weight than the type selector. Now, if an element is selected and styled in a style sheet using type, class as well as ID selector, then the selector holding a more specific point in the table will always get the priority. Let's understand with examples. Let's target our paragraph here. So first of all, we'll get rid of this older styles, save it, and then let's go to index.html, define a class to paragraph element, maybe food, and then inside CSS target the paragraph first using class selector, that is food, and inside the food class we will define background color green, and we will again target the same paragraph using p selector. So inside the curly braces we will again define background color to orange. Here the paragraph is selected using type as well as class selector. Now if we save our file and check out the result here, we will find that although the orange background is coming after the green background in the cascading, but the green background will take precedence because it has been applied using class selector, and the class selector has a higher specific weight in the table than the type selector. Alright, let's see one more example using all three selectors. So this time we will target our paragraph element once again using ID selector. So let's define ID maybe bread, and this time again we will target our paragraph using ID selector, and we will keep the ID selector before class and type selector. So define ID selector here using pound sign, that is bread, and inside the curly braces let's define background color red. Save the file and check out our result. The background color of paragraph is now changed to red. Similarly, although the class selector and the type selector are coming after ID selector, the background of the paragraph is red here because the ID selector has a higher specific weight than the class and type selector. So let's note one point here. A browser identifies how styles will be rendered for a selector depending upon the selector's specificity weight along with its placement at the cascade.